guard.
We'll take questions for Jaylen. Please raise your hand. We'll go Bobby here in the front on one.
Bobby Manning, CLNS Media. Jaylen, you stressed defense from day one this year. For so much of this series to kind of be individual efforts on defense, switching, guarding your yard, how much does it say about the way you've embraced defense this year, and how has that just kind of developed to this point?
I think I've made that, I made that pledge from beginning of the season, or before the season even started. I told myself that I wanted to just maximize my defensive potential, and I wanted to make first team all defense going into the season. I mean, that didn't happen, but to be able to be in these moments and show your defensive versatility, I mean, picking guys up, guarding guys in the post, switching on, blocking contested threes. It's been big for us, but we got a lot of great defenders on this team. So it's been a full team effort. But that's something I definitely took personal going from last year to this year.
Adam, right here in the front.
Yeah, you guys obviously played most of these playoffs without KP, but this felt a little bit different because he'd come back, such a big stage and all of that. What kind of discussions did you guys have when you found out he was going to be out? What was the kind of mindset going in without him, and what did you think of the way Xavier pitched in, and did KP talk to you guys at all, like before or after the game?
No, KP didn't talk to us, but we've been playing all season and all playoffs without KP, so it wasn't any surprise for anybody. Obviously, we love to have KP out there. We're different when he is, but X stepped in that role, and I thought he was great. Defensively, I thought he was stellar. And then that big shot he made in the corner, I just knew it. I just knew when I drove they were going to help, and he was going to be open, and I trusted it all the way. I just knew it was going in. I don't know how to tell you. It was just like a divine experience. I knew X was going to make that shot, and he did, and that was big for us. So I thought X was great.
Dave, second row on your left.
Jaylen, Dave McMahon with ESPN. 8 years into your partnership with Jason Tatum, you're in the fourth quarter with a chance for the first time as a team, as teammates, I guess, to get 3 wins in the finals, closest you ever come to a championship, and a 20-point lead's down to 1. Is there any sort of unspoken language between the two of you, any shared responsibility that, hey, we got to make some plays here to close this thing out? And what is it like to kind of tackle that final stage of the fourth quarter tonight together?
I thought it was a great team win. That lead dwindled fast. I know we were up 20, and then they stormed back, and that's what the beauty of basketball is. You can never let up. It's always time, and they were able to cut the lead. But in those moments, those are the moments which you have to just live for. We've been in those moments a lot. We just needed to be patient, be poised. I felt like we got some good looks. The defensive intensity ramped up. The officiating, got a little bit tighter. So at the end of the day, you just got to make plays. I thought we got some good looks down the line in the fourth. Some went in, some didn't, but we was able to make plays and find a way to win. And we've been in those positions, and we've lost. So it was great to overcome that with my brother Jason and the rest of our team. That was special.
On your right, second row.
Hey, Jaylen, Andrew Callahan from the Boston Herald. Luka has 8 points in the fourth quarter of this series. He's shooting 20%. We can see that, but what does it feel like guarding him as much as you have when it comes to the fourth quarter? And can you sense him wearing down at all?
Luka's a great player. I'm gonna start by saying that he does a lot for their team. Offensively, he has the ball in his hands a lot. It's a tough lift for him. So, he's been tough. Even with that fourth quarter, those stats, he's still been able to pretty much get to whatever he wants. So, we just got to continue to be better. And that's all I could really say.
Tim, standing on your left.
Jaylen, you mentioned how you guys have been in a lot of spots over the years. Obviously, you go down early in the first quarter. You guys recover, respond the way you did the end of the first quarter. Beginning of the fourth quarter, same thing. They go on that big run. They get back in the game. You're able to respond again. How much of the way you guys responded on the road, like you have so many times over the last couple of years, is because you guys have been in so many of these situations and have sort of experienced just about everything you could have so far?
Yeah, sometimes success can be, almost not, I wouldn't say a bad thing, but just being able to finish that quarter where we were up 20, started the fourth, they came out and made some plays. I checked out around that time, and then around that fourth quarter, they just stormed all the way back. But, it's like that in basketball, and sometimes when you are winning, comfort kind of sets into your mind. You kind of like relax. Your brain kind of wants to go at ease, and you got to fight that. You got to fight that temptation to fall into that because there's still time left to be played, and the other team is still competing. And I think even though that lead dwindled fast, we found ways and moments to overcome it. In that fourth quarter that I was proud of, we made some big-time plays. Drew Holiday, D. White, JT was physical, aggressive, got to the paint, and we was able to finish it.
Third row on your right.
Jaylen, heading into that third quarter, just what was your mindset, incentive, what you were trying to do in your approach? And the second part of my question is the embrace with Jayson Tatum at the end, to be one win away from championship after all the years you guys played together and all that, after you won the Eastern Conference MVP. Just what's that like right now? Or what was that like at that moment? Sorry.
To answer your first question, I feel like in the first half, I feel like we had some good looks, some good reads. I was finding guys getting to the paint, getting open. But on offense, I was a little bit, I was letting them off the hook. I feel like they were letting me kind of just have open looks from three. And I was taking the first one, and I should have been a little bit more patient. I was a little bit more patient in the second half of letting the game kind of come to me a little bit more. But it's awesome. I mean, I don't even really have words. It kind of doesn't even feel real right now, and I'm just trying to stay in the moment. Like, it feels great to be up 3-0 in this series, but like the job's not done.
Front left.
Jaylen, that's you had 7 assists tonight for the second straight game. That was the first time you've done that in the postseason. What's your progression been like in that area on this stage, and how have you been able to balance it so well with, also maintaining your aggression scoring?
Yeah, just seeing what the game is giving me and making the right play. I feel like we got a bunch of great looks. And good things happen when I get to the paint. Sometimes I don't always get the assist. Sometimes it's a hockey assist, but I just like making the defense converge. You got to respect me getting to the basket. And, we got a lot of great shooters. So I was committed to that all night. And then the first half, I feel like I could have done it more. I settled for some shots because I had like a big on me. And, I needed to get to the paint a little bit more, and I did that in the second half and then in the fourth quarter, and I feel like that's what helped us win.
Jared on your right, third row.
Jared Weiss, The Athletic. Joe, ever since he's gotten here, has tried to kind of reframe the way you guys think about basketball and looking at things as almost like a balance. And he talked today about how sometimes like new ideas, it's hard to accept them at first. So looking at the different ways that he's tried to change the way you guys think about the game, how long did it take for you to kind of understand and embrace them, and how do you see those kind of paying off now?
Well, the coaching staff has been fantastic all season long. I've been saying that throughout the regular season, even before we got to the playoffs. It's been just super organized. We've walked through all different types of scenarios. We've been like overly prepared, and they make sure that we know. Sometimes it's like, you got the coaches, they game plan, but they don't always let you know exactly what they're thinking. Like they tell us everything, super transparent, and we trusted it. And I thought that has been great. So Joe has been a big key, reason to that, and he showed himself in his playoffs. He's been coaching his ass off.
Vince in the middle, and then Gary, last two.
Jaylen, Vince Goodwill, Yahoo Sports. You hit the big 20-point third quarter, and then in the fourth, when they came back, you hit the big 2 jumpers to give you guys some breathing room. When you're in those moments, do you feel like the calm, the maturity, the poise compared to maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago? What is that process of being able to handle those moments been like for you?
I think, it definitely has been some growth, but I think this team has trusted me, especially in this playoffs, in those moments, to just be who I am, and I feel like I've been able to just deliver just by being patient and being poised. Those opportunities have presented themselves, and I've been able to take advantage of them. But I give all my credit to my teammates for the trust they had in me, to have the ball in my hands, and to be able to make those plays.
Gary in second row, center.
Jaylen, Gary Washburn, Boston Globe. Can you take us through two questions? Take us through the dunk at the end of the third quarter. Like, what were you thinking there? And it just seemed like that kind of seized the momentum.
Just being aggressive, running that action with the ball in my hands to finish the third. I wanted to make sure that we got a good quality look. So if they would have overhelped, I would have been ready to kick it out. But I saw, like, I've been making those passes in the first half, and they didn't want to get those threes up. So they kind of were in between. And when I seen that, it was lights out. So I just went up and just finished it.
And what's the difference between maybe in past years, you guys in the fourth quarter kind of going, uh-oh, here we go again, as opposed to you and Jason going, okay, let's get this, let's make plays, let's be the heroes here?
I think experience is the best teacher. All year long, we've been hearing about the Celtics of the past. For the last 6 to 8 months, that's all we've been hearing is like all the different shortcomings we've had in the past. This is a new team. You know what I mean? We learned from those experiences, and in these moments, you could see that, we didn't run from it. We stepped up to the plate, and we found a way to win.
Thank you, Jaylen. Thanks, everybody.